Alright, hello and welcome back to another behind the scenes video with Visual Pony, the narrator, here for Paw Productions. I sincerely hope that this recording with the new microphone position, it's not a new microphone but a new microphone position, will work out. And yeah, I have not chosen which story to read yet. You see here that I just put one in my read later list by the author Nineveh Orion. Interesting. Chose this one because, well, quite honestly, I saw it here in the in the hot topics, so I was like, let's add it. There are so many in here by now. It's hard to actually keep track of everything. As you can see, it is relatively early in the morning. What do I have here? Why does Windows display a German flag and a medallion down there? No idea. I think the first one we're gonna do is another one from I Am Sinner, because I wanted to do that already in the last video, but was unable to. And yes, you're hearing that correctly. I'm drinking my coffee. Which hopefully will keep me awake, because I did only sleep 3 hours tonight. But getting at this early in the morning should at least, ensure that I have a little bit of productivity going on here. And to be fair, I have to really get into this. I have to get stuff done, otherwise I will be lacking updates as I stop that Windows. As I said in the last video, we are already lagging behind, and I need to get the month of April and preferably the month of May done before February ends. Anyhow. Okay. Whew. Recording this early in the morning is not something I'm used to. Just saying this. So actually, to be quite fair, when I was doing Project Horizons, I would sometimes get up at like 4 in the morning, start recording, then go downstairs, make breakfast for my grandfather, and then take a short nap of like 20 minutes or so, and then go back at it. You know, that's how I can just tell you that Fallout Equestria Project Horizons was like a mammoth project that when I say it almost killed me, I am not exaggerating. I'm really not exaggerating. But it turned out really well. It's one of those rare instances where I can actually bear listening to my own voice. A lot of you might not know this, but I usually cannot bear listening to my own voice. Not because I think not because I think the recordings are bad. No, quite the opposite. But oh no, wait, I would have had to load it in here first. But because, you know, hearing your own voice is always weird. Also, with a few of them, I always say, I know that a lot of you guys give me like criticism, not always negative criticism. There's always some constructive criticism sprinkled in there. But I'm my own worst critic. I can completely be behind that. I'm really my worst critic. A lot of people say that my iteration of Project Horizons is actually really good. I personally am very critical of it, and yeah, let's just say there are chapters that nowadays I can listen to, but back then when they were released, I could not, because I was too embarrassed of how they turned out. And there were actually times when I did actually re-record entire chapters. Oh god, I remember that. Oh, it was so horrible. That was, however, before I got my editors to help me. So nowadays it's more me myself editing again, as you can see in these videos. Simply because my editors have real lives as well. They have jobs, they have stuff that they do. I would love to have some like on the team, fully employed, you know, with health insurance and all that. But the channel just doesn't earn enough to do that. It doesn't even earn enough to, you know, pay myself or just pay my electrical bill every month. So paying a team of editors, or even just one, is, you know, kind of out of the question. I know that there are YouTubers who have editing teams and artists on their payroll who do their thumbnails for them and edit their videos, edit their audio and all that stuff. But we just can't afford that. So all the stuff that you see here is mostly done by us, or if an editor feels up for it again, because that's always a thing. Now I want to know, what is this? wait.
Ignore whatever I said, Celestia quickly said. Do you know how to shift the sun up and down?
Okay, so after hearing this, I am switching back to my old microphone position. This is horrible. But yeah, it was worth a try. So I might try to get a pop filter on this thing. So in this position, it should actually be able to hold it with a pop filter. Oh my word! So many times when apparently these are sounds from the microphone arm when it was moving ever so slightly, and since the microphone is not in a shock mount, I don't think that would even matter, you know, because this is not a shock. This is literally the metal of the microphone arm ringing out. Oh my word. Luckily, I know where I have a brand new pop filter that came with this microphone arm. I'll just have to find a way to mount it. That has always been a problem with this arm. Actually, do I still have some coffee? Yeah, I do. Yeah, lukewarm coffee. You gotta hate it. You know, I would really love to have a real studio setup, but as is, you know, that's not in the budget. You know, it was really always kind of my dream to do stuff like this as my main occupation. You know, entertain people, make people happy, basically. But it's never gonna happen. And there's a reason for it, which I cannot divulge without breaking the privacy of a lot of other people. And I don't want to cause drama. Just let it be known that there are a few people who would love it. Love it if I stopped producing content and just left the internet altogether. They would love it. And me still producing content is partially defiance on my part. People have literally hated me online for quite a while. But yeah. And then again, the brony fandom is also kind of, you know, fizzling out. There aren't as many of us anymore. So brony-oriented content is not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, there are content creators on here that, of course, can rack in the views and the subscribers and all that. I have a few in mind, again, not naming any names, but those are the exceptions. People like me, Midnight, and quite a few others, we will never be widely known. I mean, I remember I was at a con and a dude was talking to me about dramatic readings, basically what I had been doing for a few years at that point on YouTube. And then another dude from another table turns around and is like, hey, if you're trying to get into that stuff, you should check out that and that YouTuber. I will not name names again. Their content is really, really good, and I have been listening to this and this audio production from them, and I think you could really learn something by listening to that. And I just raised an eyebrow at him and was like, okay, you do realize the specific audio production you are talking about right now? I am in that? And then he's like, no way, I'd recognize your voice. And I just look at him and say, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure you would recognize my voice? And he just looks at me and asks, what was your name again? And I just pulled on the shirt that I was wearing, because I had commissioned a shirt with my avatar on it and the name. And he looked into the description of the video and was like, oh. That was just, oh my god. There are so many things that I wished had gone differently in my time in the community. Sadly, time travel is something that we will never be able to. And at least I think so. Though in a way we are time traveling every day. 1 second at a time. But that doesn't really count, does it? So minimize this. Come on, minimize. BG. And SE. Create 2 more thingies. Ah, idiot me. Okay, first we need SE. Ticking clock, as usual, because we need something for the scene changes, right? One of the reasons, by the way, that I'm awake this early is I've been awake for at least 3 hours by now, but, you know, is I had just a weird dream, and after that there was no going back to sleep. Hey, come on. Give me new audio tracks. Good mouse. I'm using my backup mouse right now, and that's sadly not as accurate as the other one. Also, it's a standard mouse. It's no longer a... an ergonomic one, which I would need to circumvent the pain in my wrist, but, you know. There you are.
Luna, I need your help. Come quick, it's an emergency. Luna barged into the room, her horn alit with several defensive spells ready. What is it, sister?
I will not use that microphone position anymore.
Luna, I need your help. Come. I need your help. Come quick, it's an emergency. Luna barged into the room, her horn alit with several defense out. What? Settings for the sun out? Luna harumphed. Use a remote. Switch over. Her horn alit with several defensive spells ready. Paused, her horn going out. Paused, her horn going out. What? Celestia shook a giant roll of paper in frustration. Can you help me figure the settings for the sun out? Oh. Luna hurried up. You did, sister. Scroll. The manual says there's a setting to go nightmare. What does that even mean? Should we try it? No manual. Start in writing mine. Well, don't look at me. Celestia protested as she pressed random buttons on the remote to figure out what they did.
Basically, now I only need some music for the rest of it, and then... and then the sound effect of Luna turning.
Shall last forever!
Oh my god, that sounds so bad. But I think, as a little apology, I will release this without, monetization. I'm not gonna take ad ref for this. Not that we get much ad ref anyhow, so... Come on, you can do this.
The hoof on the ground. Do it then, I dare you. Full height. Having magic. Now I know by the manual. Do it then, I dare you.
Kinda sounds hollow, doesn't it?
Do it then, I dare you. Now I know why the manual says we should only use it.
Yeah. This one didn't turn out so well. But not everything can be a winner, right? Okay, let's close these. Okay. Now let's minimize all of this. Go to the patron. I actually kind of like this this cover art. So I have a feeling that I'm Sinner is just sometimes going through DeviantArt or whatever and then takes any picture he likes. And makes a story out of it, you know. I have certainly done that before. Where I went to DeviantArt, just browsed the pony pictures. And there was this one picture I really liked. And I just couldn't help myself and made a story out of it. It's on this channel here. Don't remember what I called it in the end. But it is a very amazing concept, if I might toot my own horn there for a second. Okay, let's documents, Twitter. And tweet it out. And with this video is also over. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and oh my word, I might just have to take another nap later on. Love you all, and I hope that this video finds you well in body and mind.